What's up, Yoga with Ben friends, and welcome to a special Lake House edition of your 60-minute flow, courtesy of my friends Lansing and Margot Miller at their gorgeous lake house. We're going to start in a seated position at the top of our mat. Just feeling stable here, finding a tall spine. If you need energy, you can flip your palms up, or you can flip your palms down and feel a bit more grounded. Let yourself feel settled here. Maybe roll your shoulders up and down. Let them melt down. Find your breath. Take a few deep cleansing breaths, feeling the tension melt out of your body. Let any sensations you feel right now just connect you to this moment. And let everything else disappear. Take one final deep inhale. Sigh it out. And then you are going to start to take some seated cat-cows. Just roll in one direction. Roll your rib cage one way, keeping your hip bones nice and grounded. Just kind of noticing how it feels, and then we'll switch directions. Continue to take some nice deep breaths as you move. Then we'll land back here in the center, right hand down, left arm sweeps up. Keep your arch spiraling up. And then we'll reverse that, right arm to the sky. One more time, left arm reaches up. Bring it back down, right arm this time to the sky. And then let's reach forward. Just take a little forward fold. From here, plant your hands back behind you. We're gonna come into reverse tabletop. Lift your hips up, gaze forward, being mindful of your neck here. See if you can make your knees disappear behind your hips. Lift your heart up. Breathe, lift up, and sink your hips. We're gonna find boat pose. Lift your heart. Imagine there's a little hand pressing behind your shoulder blades. Lifting your heart up. And then come back to reverse tabletop. Hips lift up. And then come back, boat pose. Once more like that, reverse tabletop. Make your knees disappear. Lift up, and then boat pose. Holding this here. Feeling this in your core. Just building some heat here. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, extend long, low boat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, lift. Pause here. Keep working to lift your heart up. Maybe you want to stay right here. Maybe you want to extend your legs long. Maybe you want to extend your arms long. It's okay to shake here. I know I am. And then when you're ready, cross your legs, rock forward. Find your tabletop pose. Take some cat-cows here. Move with your breath. Maybe one more cycle here. Let's take a little shoulder stretch. Thread the needle, sweep your right arm up, sweep it through underneath you. Right shoulder lands on the mat, right cheek is on the mat. Just feeling this nice arm, upper tricep stretch. Right arm sweeps to the sky and bring it down. Other side, left arm to the sky and thread the needle. Left cheek on the mat. Maybe you want to grab onto your left hand with your right. Pull your arm deeper. And then left arm sweeps to the sky. Land it down. Find your strong tabletop. Cinch your ribs together. Gaze down towards the floor. Lift your knees 2 inches off the mat. And we'll breathe here. Feel your breath. Feel your muscles supporting you. One more deep breath. Downward dog. We're here in down dog. Pedal it out. Make it your own. You can bend your hips one way and the other. Then we'll come forward to plank pose. Shoulders stacked above your wrists. Hips in line with your shoulders. Hips pressing back. Gaze down toward the mat. Take a push up. Lower down halfway. Press back up. Downward dog. Breathe here. Once again, come forward to high plank. Down to low. Back up to high. And downward dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Find your strong plank pose. Low push up. And we'll take it back. Downward dog. One more round here. Roll forward to high plank. Exhale, take a push up. Back up to your downward facing dog. Now we're gonna lower all the way down to our bellies. Take it really slow. Lower down. Untuck your toes. Baby cobra. Make sure your neck is long. Send your heart forward. And release. Let's move with our breath. Baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Float your hands up. Broaden across your heart. You can interlace your hands behind your back if you want. Lift a little higher and release. Let's press back to child's pose. Hips to your heels. Take a breath. Find your down dog. Notice how it feels different from the first one. Lift the creases of your hips up and back. Press down into your fingertips. Shoulders melt down your back. Look forward. Step forward into your ragdoll pose. Feet hips width apart. Let your knees bend a lot. Grab onto your elbows. Let all the things you're carrying just melt down into the mat. Let them release. Half lift, extend. And fold. 2 more times. Half lift, heart forward. Ribs knit together. And fold. Once again, extend. And melt. Let's bend into our knees, roll up to stand, head comes up last. Full body stretch here. Lift all the way up. Reach your arms behind you, interlace your palms, interlace your hands, bend your knees, press your knuckles down. Big breath to open your heart, and then fold forward with the bind. You can, if you would like, bend into one knee, into your left knee, bring your left shoulder down to meet it, and then take it in the other direction. Bending that right knee. Maybe one more time each side. Really extend the crown forward. Lengthen out across that extended leg. And forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach and rise. From the top of our mat, we're going to inhale long, plant your hands down, then we'll come back, take our flow. High plank to low plank, this time upward facing dog. Sink your shoulders way down, lift the crown of your head up. Sink your shoulders down, broaden across your heart, and then press back into your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Look forward. Step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. Inhale, root to rise. And we melt, fold forward. Inhale, extend. And we flow. Hands come down, feet come back. Breathe and move. Could be an up dog, could be a baby cobra. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Once again, look forward, feet to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise all the way, and we melt. Extend, half lift. Take your flow. High plank to low plank, back bend of choice. And we'll meet in down dog. Let's do it again. Look forward. Step or float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, melt. Root to rise. Arms to the sky. And fold. Extend. And we flow. Upward facing to your down dog. We're going to do that 3 more times. Your breath, your movement. Add or subtract as you wish. Look forward and float. Your own way, following your old breath. And we'll meet back in down dog. As always, coming here, being on your mat, moving in your way, so much more important than getting anything perfect. Just appreciate being here, feeling your movement and your breath linked together. Just let it feel good. Coming through your upward dog here. Meaning in down dog. Shake your hips from side to side. Pedal it out. Awesome job. Okay, we're here. We're in down dog. Pedal it out. Take some breaths. A moment to reset here. And then sweep that right leg up towards the sky. Bend your knee, stack your hips. Then you can find some movement here with that right hip if you want, taking circles in one direction. Keeping your shoulders nice and even. You can take the circles in the other direction, nice and big here. Re-extend, really square off your hips this time. Lift your heel up, press your chest wall back, knee to nose. Bring it in. Inhale up. Knee to nose, make it touch. Inhale up. Warrior 1. Foot comes through. Spiral that back heel down. Feel the connection with the mat. And we lift up. I always start with my hands on my hips to really just square My hips to the front of the room. When you're ready, arms can lift up. Shoulders sink down. Finding your strong foundation. Hands behind your head, elbows come back. Elbows press back. Arms reach up and take it down. Frame your foot, step back and flow. Upward facing to your downward facing. Left leg sweeps up, bend, stack, open. Again, you can take some circles here. Notice what's going on with your shoulders and your hips here. Re-square. Pinky toe flex down towards the earth. Lift that heel up a little higher. And then bring it in, knee to nose. Inhale up. Knee to nose. Inhale up. Warrior one, bring it through. Sweep up. Bring your hands to your hips again. Just make sure everything's nice and square. And then arms reach up. Tailbone roots down. Left hip draws back. Sink low in that lunge. Try to bring that front thigh parallel to the floor. Hands behind your head, elbows are back. Arms lift up. And we flow. Step back. Upward facing. And downward facing dog. Look forward, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Fold down. Toe heel yourself together. Sink your hips down. Chair pose. Hips are underneath your shoulders. Shoulders are stacked above your hips. Tailbone roots down. Make sure you can see all 10 of your toes. Arms extend up. Weight in your heels. Maybe you can press your thighs together a little more. Maybe you can sink a little bit. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders. Use your breath. Let's take a full body stretch. Lift up and fold back down. Halfway lift and we flow. Maybe you add a push-up. We'll meet back in down dog. Sweep your right leg up towards the sky. Bend, stack, open. Re-square. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale up. Once again, make a touch. Inhale up. Step it forward. Warrior one, second look. Lift up. Warrior one, keep drawing that right hip back. Interlace your hands behind your lower back. Press your knuckles down. Heart lifts. Hinge forward. Humble warrior. Right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Crown of the head draws way down. Find that strong foundation here. Keep drawing that right hip back. And so much softness. Surrender your upper body. Lift all the way up. And we flow. Hands come down. Upward facing to your down dog. For now, float your left leg up, bend, sack open. Re-square. Left knee, left upper arm, come forward, make a touch. Take it back. One more round. Make a touch, and then bring that foot forward, warrior one. Plant both feet. Find that foundation, draw that left hip back, root your tailbone down. Interlace your hands, press your knuckles down, lift your heart up, and we hinge forward, humble warrior. shoulders to the inside of your left knee. Take it back up, and then we flow. Hands come down. Move through your back bend. And down dog. Once again, we're coming forward. Heels lift up. And float or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Toe heel yourself together. Once again, chair pose. Big deep inhale. Come forward, let it go. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Let it go. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. And we'll find our forward fold. Step back. High plank. Come down to your low plank. Inhale, upward facing. And down dog. Sweep that right leg up. Bend, stack open. Re-extend. Bring it across. Right knee, left elbow. Inhale up. Bring it across. Inhale up. Find your warrior one. Step all the way forward. Arms reach up. Interlace your hands. Press your knuckles down. Lots of you know where we're headed. Find your humble warrior. Draw that right hip back. Keep engaged in the back foot. Lift up halfway. Roll onto the ball of your back foot. Hold on to the bind. And we will find our bound airplane pose. So lift off. Left leg's gonna go to the sky. Balancing on your right leg here. Keeping the bind, pressing it away from your low back. Point your tailbone back. Gather your belly in. Press your knuckles back. And then we land in high lunge this time. Bend your front knee. Soft landing, stick it. Arms reach up. Heart lifts. Frame your front foot and pause. We're gonna twist here. Plant your left palm down, reach your right arm up. And in whatever way makes sense for you, find your side plank. You know you can modify this. Bottom knee can drop down. Maybe that top foot wants to fly up. Keep your hips nice and stacked. You can take your right foot to the inside of your left thigh into a tree pose variation here in your side plank. Or you can stay right where you are. One more breath and we'll flow. Hands come down. Inhale into your back bend. We'll meet in down dog. Sweep your left leg up. Bend, stack open. Re-extend, lengthen out. Bring it across. Make it touch. One more time. Left knee to right elbow. Inhale up. Step it forward. Last warrior one here. Arms reach up and then interlace them behind your lower back. Back bend here. And we'll come into our humble warrior. Really pressing those hands away from your low back here. Drawing your left hip back. Lift up halfway. Come on to the back toes of your back leg. Lift off and we'll fly. Bounded airplane. Even out your hips. Power up your back leg. Send your heart forward. Big step back, high lunge. Arms reach up. Frame your front foot. This time, right hand down. Left arm up. We twist. And now, guys, we're gonna find our side plank. Bring that left foot back to meet your right. You can lift it up and take tree pose variation here. Or again, you can stay right where you are. Just whatever feels good here. And then we'll flow. Hands come down. High plank, low plank, back bend, and we'll meet in your down dog. And we'll walk back into our forward fold, hands to the back of your mat. Then we'll sink down here into a Malasana squat. Feet as wide as your mat. Hands come to heart center. Elbows pressing into your knees. Crown reaches up. Just sinking into this. Noticing any sensations you feel. This is a definitely challenging pose if your hips are tight here. Just notice. Let your hips be a little heavier. Downward with the hips, upward with the head. Breathing here. Side out. Forward fold. Toe heel yourself in. Walk yourself back to plank. And let's take a flow. Sweep your right leg up to the sky. Step it forward. High lunge. Sweep up. Arms extend up. Bend into your back knee. Tuck your tailbone. Feel that engagement in your lower core. Feel your tailbone drop down, lots of length. And then press that back heel back. Straighten your back leg. Right hand to right hip, side bend, left arm. Reaches over. Feeling that nice stretch. And then from here, open up into your warrior two. Find that heel to arch alignment. Hips are opening towards the side. Rib cage is opening to the side. Arms are so strong here. Let's flip your palms. And then flip your palms back over. Just helps to bring our shoulders down a little bit. Gaze over your right fingertips with your left eye. And then take this back into your reversed warrior. You can bring your right hand behind your right head. Keep pressing your right knee towards your pinky toes. And then we'll come into side angle here. Right elbow to right knee. Extending your left arm to the sky. And then maybe you want to take a bind here. Find a deeper variation. Or you can stay right where you are. Come back to warrior two. From here, we're going to toe heel ourselves in and find our goddess pose. Toes out, heels in. Hands can come to heart center or you can cactus them. Tailbone rooting down, knees drawing back towards your pinky toes, shoulders stacked. Sinking down. Breathe here. Keep knitting your ribs together, tailbone roots down, knees draw back. Use your breath. Lift up. Take a little side bend here. Arms to the sky. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. We'll side bend over to the left. Come back to center. Switch your grip, take it in the other direction. Press down into both feet here. And let's take this into our warrior 2 to the front of your mat. Deep bend into your right leg. From here, we're gonna flip in reverse and then cartwheel down, frame the front foot, step back and flow. Option to add a push-up, upward dog, and down dog. Left leg, sweep it up, step it forward. Right hand down, left arm up. Land back down. Sweep up. High crescent lunge. From here, you can bend into that knee. Feel that hip flexor. Straighten that leg back out. And then we'll take a side bend again here. Left hand to your hip. Reach up and over with your right hand. And then from here, high lunge. Open up, warrior 2. Deep bend into your left leg this time. Make sure the toes are pointed straight forward. Knee is stacked above the ankle. Back foot is rooted down. Hips and shoulders open. You can flip your palms again here. And then we'll take this into our reverse warrior. Maybe that left hand comes back behind your head. Then we'll take this into side angle. Left elbow to your left knee. Right arm reaches up and over. Send the crown forward. Draw your right rib cage back. And then maybe you can take this into a deeper bind here. Find a challenge point for yourself today here. Lift back up, reverse your warrior. And then we'll take this into goddess pose. Sink down. Bring your hands to heart center. Shoulders are stacked here. See if you can go deeper in some way. Breathe at that challenge point. Feel it. It's okay to shake here. One more breath, and then lift up. This time, hands come to the hips, toes come in, heels come out. Really check in with those feet, make sure they're pigeon-toed. Lift your heart up, fold forward. 5-pointed star pose. Just a deep forward fold here. You can walk your hands back, lengthening out your spine. Find a version that works for you. Maybe you want to walk your hands over to your left leg. Feel that stretch. And then taking it in the other direction when you're ready. Hands can walk over to your right foot. Back to center. And then we'll lift all the way up. Once again, warrior 2, facing your front of the mat. Find it, and we'll flip in reverse. Cartwheel down and flow. Upward facing, downward facing. Take a breath. We are gonna build on that. Sweep your right leg up, sweep it forward. Let's twist. Left hand down, right arm up. High crescent lunge. Let's take that little side bend again here. And then come back to your high lunge. Peel open, warrior 2. Flip and reverse. Side angle, right elbow to right knee. Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, straighten your front leg and come into triangle pose. Right hand comes down to your shin or the mat. Left arm to the sky. You can lift your bottom hand up off your shin for a little more core here. Keep lengthening out. Right hand comes down. One more breath. And then warrior two. Get steady here. Flip and reverse. And then lots of you know what's coming. We're gonna come into our half moon pose here. This is where blocks are really handy. Shift forward. Hand can come to the block or the mat. Left leg's gonna lift up off the mat. Try to keep that leg straight as possible. And then once your hips are nice and stacked, you can lift up your left arm to the sky. You can float that bottom hand up off the mat. And then if you want, you can reach back, grab onto your ankle with your hand. Feel that nice quad stretch. From here, we're gonna come into our standing splits. Land your hands to the mat. Left leg still straight into the sky. Fire up that leg. Lift your navel up. And then from here, we'll find our warrior three pose. Extend your arms forward. Navel lips up. And then take this into our chair pose. Left leg meets the right. Chair pose. Sink down a little lower. Full body stretch. Lift up and fold down. Inhale, half lift. And we flow. Hands come down. Step back. Take a push up. And then take your flow. Breathe in down dog. Left leg floats up. Step it forward. We twist, right hand down, left arm up. Land it back down. High crescent lunge. Take that side bend again. Left hand to your hip. Right arm up and over. Feel your lower abdominal wall engaged here. Come back to center. And then open up warrior two. Deep bend into your left knee. Arms to T. Flip and reverse. Side angle pose. Left elbow to your left knee. Flip and reverse. Straighten that left leg. And then come down into triangle. Left palm to the shin or the mat. Right arm to the sky. And then if you want, you can extend your left hand, your left arm. Find a little more core. Land that hand down. Warrior two, bend back in. Flip and reverse, and then here it comes, half moon pose. Find this in your own way, your own time here. Again, you can grab your block. Right leg, straight as possible, up off the mat. If you wobble and you fall here, just come right back in. No worries. Again, if you want to grab for that back ankle with your right hand, please do so. One more breath here. Then we'll come into our standing splits. Fold over that left leg. Right leg still to the sky. Then we'll take this into supported warrior three. When you're ready, hands lift up off the mat. Heart center. Right leg extended as far back as you can go. When you're ready, arms forward. Hips are even. Chair pose. Right foot meets the left. And now, hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to your right. Left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Notice that left knee is sneaking out in front. Sink your hips a little lower. Twist a little deeper. Come back to center. Take it to the other side. Right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Keep an eye on your knees. Make sure you can see all 10 toes. Come back to center. Tailbone roots down. Sink a little lower. Full body stretch. Lift up. And then we'll stay here. Find our Tadasana. Shoulders roll up and down. You can grab a drink of water here. Towel off. And then from here, we're going to play around with tree pose. Draw your right knee into your chest. Let that right hip sink down. Peel open. Find your tree. That could be on your thigh. That could be on your calf. Maybe you only kickstand. Just avoiding the knee here. Pressing that right foot into your left thigh. Find something that's not moving. And then grow your tree in some way. Stand tall. If your tree is waving in the wind, that's just fine. Just connecting with your breath here. Come forward and shake it out. Foot comes back down. Left side. Bring your knee into your chest. Open up and then place that left foot either your calf or thigh. Keep your left hips from popping way up. Hands to heart center. Keep pressing that left knee out towards the side. And then grow your tree in some way. Rage on that beat, going crazy. Let's make our way out. Shake it out. Alright guys, we're gonna get into some more core work here. Full body stretch. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Come back. And then we're gonna come down onto our forearms. Forearm plank here. Hips in line with your shoulders. Tailbone pointing back. Breathe here. Try to keep your hips in line and then float your right foot up off the mat. Let it hover. Place it back down. Left foot hovers. Place it back down. Right foot lifted up off the mat. Place it back down. Left side, last one. Keep your shoulders stacked above your elbows. Pause here and breathe. Feel your core. And then hips sink down. Sphinx pose. Elbows. You're gonna prop yourself up here. Lifting your shoulders up off the mat. Lifting your head to the sky. See if you can lengthen your core. And then press into your left arm, look over towards the right. Bring it across to the other side. Keep that strong heart opener here. And then we're gonna take this into a quad stretch. Right forearm comes parallel to the front of the mat. Bring it underneath your shoulder. And then reach back with your left hand. Grab onto your left ankle. Feel that nice quad stretch. One more breath here. Release it. Just a moment. Reset. And then take it on the other side. Left arm parallel to the mat. Right arm reaches back, grabbing onto your right ankle. See if you can make little tiny adjustments. Intensify the stretch here. Release as you are ready. Plant your right cheek on the mat. And then let's prepare for a lotus pose here. Interlace your hands behind your lower back. Press your heart up. Lift your shoulders up off the mat. If you want to lift off your feet, please do so, and we'll fly. Hold this. Balancing on your pelvis here. And release. Left cheek lands to the mat, and breathe. So from here, we're gonna take one more back bend. If you want to take floor bow, you know you can. That is an option. You can take another back bend here. If you're taking floor bow, grab onto your ankles, lift up, kick into the grip. One more breath. And release. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Let's take this back into our child's pose. Just lengthening out across your back here. Maybe you want your knees together for this child's pose. See what works for you. Lengthen out your spine. Down dog when you are ready. And now we're gonna come into our half pigeon. Right leg sweeps to the sky. You can take some hip circles and then bring your right knee to your right wrist. Shin comes parallel to the mat. And fold over that leg. If your hips are high up the mat, grab a block. Place it underneath your right hip. And just settle into this pose. It's one of those poses, tough to get into it, but once you're there, you can really sink in. Just feel the tension releasing from your body. This pigeon pose is once again brought to you by your CBD store in Ithaca. Guys, I know it doesn't look like it. I'm doing yoga on a lake house dock right now with a gorgeous view, but I have been feeling kind of angsty lately. There's a pandemic. I can't find a real job, so there are plenty of things to be worrisome about. But you know what's really helped me? Just a little CBD oil, just a couple drops in the morning and at night. Helps with inflammation, helps with that anxiety we all feel. This helps me to feel a little more calm and present. So if you guys want to check that out, see what this CBD oil hype is about, head down to your CBD store in Ithaca, located on North Aurora Street. Pick yourself up something nice for this wild and wet summer. We're going to take this into our seated tree pose here. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And then left hand plants to the mat or a block. Right arm to the sky. Reach up and over. And then we're gonna reach up, extend our spine long, hinge forward over that left leg. Just feeling this nice hamstring stretch. There's no rule that says you have to grab your foot. Think about pressing that right knee back. And then as you're ready, lift up. We're gonna find stargazer pose. Right hand comes down, rock forward onto your right leg, and then lift up. Lift your heart to the sky, toes pointed, and then sink back down. Say hi to the passing jet skis. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to our down dog. Cross your feet, take a stop in table pose, and then take a flow here. High plank to low, up dog. Left leg, sweep it up, and then bring it forward. Half pigeon pose on your left side. Be patient here. Really build a good foundation. And when you're ready, fold forward over that leg. These micro adjustments that we make for ourselves really matter here. Let this pose just be a way for you to become aware in a deeper way of what's going on with your body. If you're feeling tension or a lot of sensation, try not to judge that. It's just a wave of feeling or tension. Don't run away from it. It will pass. Just breathe into it here. I'm going to be here for a few more breaths. Make the most of these last moments here. Imagining yourself on a dock at a gorgeous lake house. The nice gentle breeze. And then once again, we're going to come out, find seated tree pose. Right leg extends long, left foot to the inside of that right thigh, and then right arm down, left arm up. Take a little side bend here. Toes pointed. Let's angle ourselves over our right knee, tall spine. Extend forward. Feel that nice hamstring stretch here. Try not to round your back too much. And then when you're ready, we'll find stargazer pose here again. Left hand comes down. Rock up onto your left knee. And then bring it down. From here, we can pedal out our legs a little bit, get the blood flowing. And let's make our way down to our back. So, you were promised a little more core here, and that's what we're gonna do. Send the legs up to the sky. Straight up, and then lower down 1/3. Lower down 2/3. Lower down and hover 2 inches off the mat. Peek up, look at your toes. And then take the legs back to the sky. Lower down 1/3. Press your low back down. 2/3. Lower down 2 inches. Last one, lift the legs to the sky. Breathe here. 1/3 of the way. Press your low back down. 2/3. Breathe. 2 inches. Glue your lower back down, and then we're gonna crisscross our ankles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and release. We're gonna take some back bends here. Bridge pose. Reach forward to the backs of your heels. Make sure you can touch them. Lift your hips up. Press into your heels. You can interlace your hands underneath your lower back. Keep your chin tucked, lift your heart, and release. Windshield wiper your knees. Alright guys, if you have a block at home, you can use it for supported bridge. And if you're feeling wheel, please take it. Your choice for your second back bend. Don't think too much about it. Make your way. Inhale, lift up. Try to extend those elbows if you're in wheel here. Keep breathing. One more breath, and then tuck your chin. Lower down. Nice job. Once again, windshield wipe your knees from side to side. This time, hug your knees into your chest. And we'll peel open into happy baby here. Grab for the inside of your feet. Press your low back down. Press your shoulders down. Maybe you want to grab onto your thighs instead. Soles of your feet facing up towards the sky. Draw your shoulders down. And then when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. Send your knees over to your left, look toward the right, supine twist. Keep your right shoulder firmly planted on the mat. Back through center, over to the other side. This time left shoulder on the mat. And then from here, I'm gonna grab my block. We're gonna come into waterfall pose. You can for sure take a different inversion that you know. I'm gonna take a waterfall here. Place the block underneath your hips. And then send your feet up towards the sky. And just let gravity do the work here. Releasing any tension in your jaw and your face. Feel your pulse slow down. Feel your breathing slow down. Feel your mind slow down. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your mat. Take a moment to thank Lancey Miller for letting me use his sick lake house. Shout out. Must be nice to have a lake house. Plant your feet down. Move the block off towards the side. Then let your knees butterfly forward. Soften into your Supta Baddha Konasana. And then maybe you think you can skip this, but don't do it. Come in to your final Savasana. Spread your body out, palms facing up. Take some time to notice for yourself what feels good and send your attention there. Slowly bringing your awareness back to your breath. Start bringing some movement. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and take a big stretch like you're waking up in the morning, hands above your head. Then bring your knees into your chest. One last squeeze. Then we'll roll over onto our right side. Breathe here. And then we'll make our way into a comfortable seat. Settle in for a brief moment here. Shoulders sink down your back. You guys did such a great job today. Always remember to be kind to one another. Give your dog like a couple treats every now and then. Take him to the park. And never, ever forget, your butt is absolutely perfect. See you all next time. Namaste.